Hi folks, Mark Allen here for BHSpringSolutions, the tactical safety system for Glock pistols. What is this all about? How does it work? And how do you implement the system? We're here to answer all of those questions in this short presentation for you today. But this system is really going to change the way the Glock pistol is thought of, is handled, is functioned. Of course, the Glock pistol is just now a legendary design because of its reliability, because of its consistency and build quality, and because of its economy. However, the one thing that has seemed to plague the Glock pistol, and this is very easy to find if you Google search or YouTube search accidental discharge, unintended discharge, negligent discharge, words like this, you're going to open the full story to a really big problem. It's a really big problem because any time that a bullet leaves the end of a firearm and it's not intended to, that's a problem. And it's happened a lot, and there's now a long history. So the tactical safety system for the Glock pistol is an invention of Leon Hubert, the founder of RDIH in Liège, Belgium. And real quickly, just a little genealogy behind the inventor and designer of the tactical safety system for the Glock pistol. Most people, firearms people know John Browning. He's considered the greatest inventor of all time in human history, without exaggeration. He passed away in Urstal, Belgium, at the FN facility there when he was working on a pistol called the High Power. He, of course, invented the 1911 and 1910. The original vest pocket pistol John Browning also invented. This is a baby Browning. Dieudonné Save followed John Browning in the invention of firearms at FN, had worked under John Browning. But then as Dieudonné Save was getting ready for retirement, FN hired a man named Leon Hubert who followed him, and he spent his career making modifications for John Browning's inventions and other people's inventions, and also invented some firearms himself, some variants of the High Power that FN did come forward with for a limited time. So a few years ago, Leon was looking at this problem of unintended discharge. The problem that has plagued the Glock pistol in terms of unintended discharge, by the way, this is a safety checked firearm, slide is open, magazine is out, and there is no ammunition in the room. The problem with the Glock pistol has been that there is no positive lockout of the trigger. In other words, without any kind of a manual safety, the trigger is always subject to anything that gets inside this trigger guard can and has manipulated the trigger. Everything from people's jacket drawstrings to other small items that get near or around the pistol. The Glock pistol also requires you to break a fundamental rule of gun safety, which is, of course, you don't pull the trigger until you intend to fire the weapon. But in the case of the Glock pistol, it has some older technology that requires us to break that fundamental rule and pull the trigger in order to disassemble the firearm for normal cleaning and maintenance. That has led to instances of discharges. And the third one that Leon was looking at was child safety, in that the Glock pistol is exceedingly simple to use, so simple a 3-year-old can use it, and tragically with tragic consequences, 3-year-olds have used it. And so he endeavored to close up or enhance these safety margins. What he was adding safety margins for is human error, and we've all heard to error is human, and the tactical safety system for Glock adds layers of protection in the event of human error. We're going to show you how this safety system works, but here's how it looks. 2 pieces of the 3 pieces come in a package just like this. Inside the package there is a mounting device that is going to go onto the Glock. There is, by the way, when Leon was inventing this system, he invented a tool that you're going to see used for takedown, and no longer can you, with this safety system, no longer can you disassemble a Glock and break that that fundamental safety rule of don't pull the trigger. We're going to show you how to disassemble without ever pulling the trigger. And the third piece is a combination padlock. This is fast, easy to use to add a layer of child safety protection. We're going to show you how fast, effective, and easy that that system is. This system is completely drop-in. Like most of Leon Hubert's inventions, it is a drop-in system. So I've got currently an unmodified Glock pistol. We show you how to relieve the pressure on the back plate and take the back plate off that easily. The mounting device goes right back in place of the back plate. It takes place of the back plate, and it is ambidextrous in nature. So you've got a lever on both sides, and up is in the on-safe position, and down is in the fire position. Now, the interesting thing of this invention, right now we're in the on-fire position. There is nothing about the mounting device that is inside of the slide of the Glock. In other words, right now the device is doing exactly the same job as the original cover plate. Nothing's different. When I pull the trigger, it's going to function. And when it's in the on-safe position, the trigger is disabled. And by the way, this is not doing any internal damage to the inside of the Glock or the firing mechanism. We have interrupted the sequence of events that must happen in order to successfully fire the Glock pistol. So the pistol can have a disabled trigger with this device full time, except when you need the trigger enabled, which is when you're firing the weapon. Because you're going to notice in the on-safe position, I can still cycle the slide, I can load it, I can unload it, I can do all my handling. I never have to have an active trigger or a trigger that does not have any layer of protection, where anything that manipulates it, from a fast holster pull gone wrong to a piece of clothing or anything that can get inside that trigger guard. The second thing, besides the onboard manual safety device, or mounting device we call it, before we go away from this, I want to go over to another video. And this is my partner. He does not even own a Glock, but he borrowed a friend's Glock. He practiced for 2 minutes some fast deholstering. Now watch this deholstering that he does, because he is putting a Glock in an outside the waistband holster, and the Glock safety device is in the on-safe position. You're going to hear him do some hear him do some dry fire practice included with the fast deholstering that he's doing. And we want to show you how tactically fast this system really is. Now, as you saw in that video, it took him just a couple minutes of practice to become reflexive with the device, bringing it out of a holster, clicking it off on his way to the target, and that being well under 1 second from the time his hand touched the grip. So what this is this is a very similar reflex process that you get into when you have a manual transmission in an automobile. I hear a lot of people say, well, I don't want to have to worry about a manual safety. Become reflexive with your manual safety. You don't forget to push in the clutch before you shift the gear in the car. It becomes a reflex. You can't drive a car faster because you have an automatic transmission compared to a manual, where you don't have to use the manual gear shifting method. So this is a very tactical device. Tactical because first rule of tactical is stay in the fight. Stay in the fight includes don't shoot yourself, don't shoot someone else who does not need shot. Those are both rule number one, if you will, of tactical. and the device is well placed. It takes a quick manipulation, and the gun is now in essence unaltered mechanically, and it is ready to fire. We're going to show you real quickly how the disassembly takes place. We take the device right back off, and now we're going to just take out the firing pin assembly. By the way, that is an excellent safety precaution, because now this pistol cannot be fired. Nobody's having an accidental discharge with a handgun where the firing pin is now removed from it as a first step. You're going to notice this whole operation of cleaning the pistol. We have to pull the slide back. That automatically clears the chamber, automatically unloads the weapon. The firing pin is now gone. That is another excellent safety feature. The tool locks down the extractor so that that stays in place. We let the slide come back forward. We just push down, use our two disassembly levers on both sides of your frame, and you just watched disassembly with no trigger pull. That is a big improvement over violating fundamental safety rules just to clean your weapon. Now, we have successfully, at this point, reassembled the pistol. You see how fast and how easy this is, and how drop-in in nature this device is. And now we're back reassembled. Now, the third part of the device that Leon wanted was to enhance child safety. So with this combination padlock, with the device now deactivating the trigger, you simply put your padlock into the back of the device, lock it, and now the arms are locked. So even if I've not cleared the chamber, even if I have a loaded magazine, this pistol is now rendered inoperable. It cannot be fired in this position at all, and it cannot be manipulated. So this is intended to be an additional layer of child safety in your home or in your storage regimen. And we're quite proud of how this changes the manual of arms for the Glock pistol to a regimen that is much more like the 1911, much more like the high power. However, it's also a lot like, and not surprisingly, it's also a lot like FN's newest FNX series, in that with the safety in the on-safe position, you can load the pistol. Even with the child lock in place, I can unload and I can clear the pistol at that point. We are proud to bring this to the market. Take a look at the link that's provided to you there at BHSpringSolutions.com. And there's a link to an Ohio newspaper article. They're the first law enforcement agency that we have outfitted with the tactical safety system for Glock. We're proud of them for making that kind of a decisive move to start to solve the unintended discharge problem. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mark Allen with BH Spring Solutions.